Well, yesterday was an interesting fixture between the English national team and the Argentine national team. What really happened yesterday was exciting. Like everyone who watched the game as an Argentine fan, as a fan of Lionel Messi, was just this match is just crazy. What really happened yesterday was out of the world, and there are a lot of conversations from the English media and also from Thomas Tuchel. And for the side of the Argentine national team too, there are a lot of conversation going there. We do the tactical breakdown here. We are going to talk about all these things. And they have major transfers and so on. So right now, no, it seems Arsenal still they've not given up on the Julián Álvarez. After even Álvarez rejected Omono, they've not given up on Julián Álvarez right now. They are thinking of pursuing Álvarez after the World Cup. And after the World Cup again, Arsenal are going in for Morgan Rogers. You better come on with details about why Arsenal will need Morgan Rogers. And I occur the side of Real Madrid and so update on Eduardo Camavinga and so Abba and Real Madrid Eba Melanchi or New Jersey. You better come on Nina Ewa on Mr. Mafo Sports. Making sure say over like and subscribe. Now they have to post notifications when they drop a content. You'll be the first person to view. And now the Argentine national team, it was pretty interesting game. For me, if I'm supposed to select between the two games we played on Tuesday and Wednesday, I think yesterday's game was best in terms of feeling as a fan who was supporting Lionel Messi and the Argentine national team. It was an amazing game yesterday. And you see, the idea of both coaches, the idea of every person over into game was the historical background and between both teams in him. After the whole thing AC 1986 was Azteca in Mexico. Diego Armando Maradona questioned the hand of God, and the whole grudge across between the Argentine side and also the English side, in 1982 concerning Ntoko over an islander na Edabeng Argentina na England for no epe and I feel Argentine for no epa and most Argentine for no lose your life, Yesterday the Argentines took it personal. They were fighting for the people who lost their life during that war. After the match, the inscription be and as a banner be stadium honor, FIFA is going to sanction them but it was an interesting thing. Argentina for Argentina for they were playing for history and also they were playing for Lionel Messi. And it's an interesting game. Of course, from the start, the Argentine national team came in with a physical aspect. Saying, come back game. No, maybe bully England for nobody who have to England for this, but England for this, so physically they are very there. They are there. So I'm gonna combat the Argentines, in the first half. And the idea of Thomas Tuchel now on person Lionel Messi every decided game, because watching the metrics of Lionel Messi in this World Cup, every attacking metrics on any leading the Argentine team. So you have to know, say, in terms of when they create the Argentine national team, the sole responsibility is on Lionel Andres Messi. And the idea of Abrante and as a papa, the first Thomas Tuchel, was to limit the influence of Lionel Messi. So the sole marker of Lionel Messi was Elliot Anderson yesterday. And now several times now Elliot Lionel Messi giddy bullying physically. And now Elliot D card around the 37th minute or so. Interesting thing now no. And in the first half, both teams in terms of shots, Obi about 3 no on target for the English side and also no on target for the Argentine side. That sounds interesting. In a semi-final game like that, that shows how these teams were eager. Say Amuma boss enter Omonetimu in the first half. But everything boils down to the second half. What really happened in the second half? In the second half, England had the goal in the 55th minute. A cross from Morgan Rogers to again Anthony Gordon showing up. And after going by, the conversation was, why is Thomas Tuchel decided to manage the game? And I'm doing come on. So people might, blame Thomas Tuchel a bit for him not managing the game very well. But the English national team from the round of 16, even the game against Mexico at Azteca, you saw the English national team, they were panicking. Well, sir, Mexico won a bad game after that was a brand Raúl Jiménez. And I said, Raúl Jiménez, go no more panicky giddy and no more panicky giddy that game, So the English national team psychologically say game, a bit tighter na results no in favor omo po. And Thomas Tuchel knew the weakness of the team and decided to manage the game for the last 35 minutes. Now Akano. Now interesting record I see and say from the time the English national team scored the goal to the time our Argentine national team Emma equalizer the possession was 88-12. 88% for the Argentine national team and 12% for the English national team. And you saw the key substitutions at Thomas Tuchel. And even after the cooling break, substitutions are already now. Everything proved he wanted to manage the game and win by 1-0. After all, if Thomas Tuchel won the game by 1-0, and England qualified to the first final since 1966, by now we will be here saying another story. But that's why he's the coach. And everything comes, he's the one going to take the responsibility. But the Argentine side, one thing about them is the resilience. They're ready to fight. They didn't even give up when they were go down to England. There were a lot of conversations after they did it against Cabo Verde. They did it against the Egyptian national team, even against Switzerland. Against Cabo Verde, people were saying this Cabo Verde team, Argentina can find ways and means to win. Against Egypt, there were attacks from Hussein Hassan saying everything that really happened was a robbery from the referee Francois Letezier. And coming into the Swiss team, people were saying it's because of Embolo's reckless decision to dive, which the referee has to go and review the VAR concerning misplaced identity or mistaken identity and give him a second yellow card. That made the Argentine national team to score even the game after the red card traveled to the extra time. So people were like, no, the Argentine national team has been able to do it against clubs that or national sides that they are above them, but they can't do it against England. But once again, they proved it. 84th minute, a goal from Enzo Fernandez. Once again, brilliance from Lionel Messi. Find the space for Enzo Fernandez. And at the 90+2 again, Lionel Messi crossing in because he was doing an in-swing type of cross, but he decided to go the out-swing by doing the right foot, crossing it inside, past Dan Burn and also John Stones. And at the end of the day, there was Lautaro Martinez who arrived in the box with his box presence feature to bury the ball into the net. So kudos to the Argentine national team. I can't say more about this game. It was an interesting game of emotion, game of tactics. Errors really happened. And at the end of the day, the Argentine national team won this game. It was an interesting game altogether. When you go to Arsenal are still pursuing Julián Álvarez. Already, Álvarez has declined the deal of Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. The focus is on Barcelona. He wants to join Barcelona this summer. But the problem is, Atletico Madrid are willing to sell to outside clubs like Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal. So they are trying their ways and means to frustrate Barcelona. So they pull out of the deal. Then Álvarez will say he's not going to stay. Then it will open a deal for Arsenal and also Paris Saint-Germain to come in, and Atletico Madrid will take the money they want because they know they don't want to strengthen Barcelona. And also they know Barca, if they give Barca the financial leverage, Barca is going to pay below their limits. So Atletico Madrid is finding ways and means to do that. Already Barca is not out of the deal. Barca is still in the deal, just waiting for the World Cup to end. Then they start negotiation. Yesterday, there was a news concerning Julián Álvarez where they were saying Atletico Madrid were willing to, collect 120 million plus Mark Banner, but that was from Dario ES and proper source, in Yamba. It means confirming that news, We'll go to Arsenal again. Arsenal won Morgan Rogers. Already, Arsenal is having loads of number 10s. The likes of Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz. There is someone like Eberechi Eze who can play as a number 10, and there is Morgan Rogers. But the difference why Arsenal really wants Morgan Rogers is the versatility instinct of Morgan Rogers. Morgan can play as a left winger, as a right winger, also as a number 9, and also as a number 10. So across, that's the attacking roles in Arsenal. There's Morgan Rogers who's having enough versatility to fill into that spaces for Team Arsenal. And Arsenal feels even as a number 8, you can use Morgan Rogers, and he can do it and do it very, very well. So Arsenal is going in for Morgan Rogers. Thomas Tuchel had a conversation after the England and Argentina game. I was supposed to say it before I came to the Arsenal news, but sorry, anyway, we can do it this way. He was like, the whole thing, or the third place, Mokakobono. They, the English national team and the French national team, do not want to play the third place. Yes, after all, third place in the day. The ultimate is the trophy. Third place in the air. No one comes into the tournament to play third. It's circumstances never force. But After all, it's due to the performance of the French national team, the English national team. The difference between the French national team and the English national team on the other day was on Tuesday, the French national team didn't function as a team that worked tactically. And on Wednesday, the English national team panicked when they leaded the tie. So it was an interesting thing from both clubs now Ecoso right now. No, is this Real Madrid wants to keep Eduardo Camavinga? Madrid wants to keep Eduardo Camavinga. So it's Camavinga who wants to stay in Real Madrid, and Madrid wants to sell Eduardo Camavinga, but they are not in a rush to sell Eduardo Camavinga for Petit. Do you know why I'm saying that? Madrid feels like at some point Eduardo Camavinga as a player, no, concerning the market, Chelsea selling Andre Santos for 50 million, Elliot Anderson being sold for closer to 130 million euros. They feel someone like Eduardo Camavinga, they can get a reasonable amount for Eduardo Camavinga if any club is really interested in Camavinga. They believe Camavinga is due to injuries that has limited his form and is a top quality. So they just feel they are not going to sell Camavinga for a petty amount of money. They are just waiting for the ideal club to come in and do the needful for club Real Madrid at the end of the day. It is reported Lamine Yamal didn't train today when he has a major discomfort, and we are just hoping any big deal here because Lamine Yamal and Messi is going to sell this ticket Sunday at MetLife on Sunday at New York for the clash between the Spanish national team and the Argentine national team. So they will need Lamine Yamal and they will also need Lionel Messi on the pitch. So I just feel they will need everybody on the pitch on Sunday. Clubs now shall say concerning their preseasons and then Real Madrid for a training in there. Interestingly, reports say Jose Mourinho, they could feel there was a personality at training. The players are coping. They are being led by a leader in the shape of Jose Mourinho. And Ecoso says here at Club Real Madrid. And same way, Ecoso Club Real Madrid, see that here, Jose Mourinho as a type of coach or a leader. I'll bet lead the whole Real Madrid project, is interesting. But at the end of the day, you share the next season, whether Real Madrid, they are going to compete boot for with Barcelona next season in the Spanish La Liga. Cuti Romero wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur and Barcelona is interested. But my problem with Cuti Romero is, one, the injury history and also similar profile as Pau Kubasi, good with the ball and also combative. I think Barca will need a left centre back, and the left centre back, the ideal profile will be Aymeric Laporte. 32 years, he can be able to give Barca 2 years of top football, and Barca will look for a permanent young left-footed setup. Sorry, we're Brea team. Barca will be able to looking for a permanent left-footed. Sometimes it's part of the whole process. It's easy, but so Barca will be able to look for a permanent left-footed centre back and continue to perform at the highest level. So I just feel Barca should go in for Aymeric Laporte, and Cuti Romero is similar profile of Pau Kubasi and Laporte. With Laporte, even Gerard Martin will be able to learn something from Laporte and be a good left-footed. Hear me, bro. A good left-footed centre back, rather. Left-footed. Hey, I'm saying a good left-footed centre back. So left-footed centre back Gerard Martin will learn from left-footed centre back Laporte. It's going to be interesting. But all the same, I'll urge you to like, subscribe. Now they have to post notifications, so drop a content to be the first person to view. I'm out.